me. How's it going? And welcome back to another disaster date with this poor unfortunate soul. Alright, today is not necessarily a disaster date, it's more of like a disaster encounter. It was very brief, so this video will be very brief, but it's pretty freaking funny. So, before we get started, I really encourage you to hit that subscribe button, maybe give this video a like afterwards, and comment whatever you want. I don't mind. Without further ado, here we go. In downtown SeaWorld, the area in which I live, there is this really random cruise ship just smack dab in the middle of downtown. It's on this water and there's a water show every night. It's a pretty cool area. The boat is actually a hotel, and it used to have about 3 years ago, it had a bar underneath it called Expats, which is a really clever name because people who live outside of their home country are considered expats. It doesn't matter. I go to this bar Expats with a few of my friends. We're having like a volleyball night out and it's really fun. But you know when you can feel someone staring at you and then sometimes you just can't see them, but you know you have that feeling over you, that intuition. Someone is looking at you. Somebody has their eyes on you. I had that feeling, but I didn't see anybody looking at me. So I was like, all right, put your ego down, girl, like relax, nobody's looking at you. A couple seconds later, there's a part in the crowd and there are those eyes boring into my soul. And there's this guy across the bar that I had seen, and he kept passing me throughout the night, but I didn't think anything of it. But now I know that it wasn't a coincidence. This guy staring at me from across the bar like this. I can't even do it. Trying to give me these seductive eyes. And he's not breaking eye contact. He starts to walk over to me, not breaking this eye contact. And all I could think about while he was doing this was in Madagascar, that movie, where that hippo, I think, yeah, the hippo, and it's like, oh, I think Moto likes you. And he's like, walking through the crowd. That's all I could think about. So I couldn't take it seriously. And so I'm just stating, you know, all right, you know, let's see what happens. We're gonna call him Carl. He finally gets up to me and he says,
I must know your name. Excuse me. My name is Carl. Please delight me in telling me who you are.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me, in my head. He was cute and he had these gorgeous green eyes. Kind of taken aback because it's like, whoa, wow, you're not really my type, but your eyes, I was just enamored. I was captivated by his eyes. And I told him, I was like, hi, I'm Rachel, it's nice to meet you. And he goes,
I just have to say, you're the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in my entire life. The most beautiful woman in this bar. I must have your WeChat.
And I was like, yeah, all right, you can take my WeChat. Sure, that was smooth-ish. Smooth enough. Smooth enough to get my WeChat, which is like a phone number, but it's super easy because you just scan a code and then accept somebody. Anyways, I give him my contact. He's like,
oh, well, I'm gonna go to this rooftop bar. Do you want to join me?
And I said, well, I'm out with my friends right now, so we'll meet you up there, let's say an hour. And he says,
okay, I'll be waiting for you, beautiful.
Caresses my face. And I was like, ugh, because I don't really like it when people touch me, especially my face, because come on, acne. Like, I don't know where your hands have been. Played it cool, and I was like, okay. He walks away. I'm like, stop it. So he goes to the bar, and my friend, Zane, who I've mentioned in previous videos, she's out as well. This is maybe 45 minutes later. So I messaged her to see where she is, and she goes,
Rachel, I'm at this bar. I have to ask you, do you know someone named Carl?
And I was like, oh my God, yes! He told me that I'm the most beautiful girl in the world, and that this, and this, and ow! And he like touched my face, and he's got these beautiful eyes, and Zane goes,
Mate.
And it turns out he did the exact same thing to her! We discussed it later. He did the whole staring at her from across the bar, walking up to her like Moto, that hippo in Madagascar, goes up to her and says, oh,
I must know your name. You're the most beautiful girl in this bar. The most beautiful girl in the world. Oh, you must grace me with giving me your WeChat.
And of course she did too, but when she went to go accept the WeChat notification on his phone, she was like, oh, give me your phone, I'll accept it on yours. She saw that he had just added me. So she was like, because Zane's not an idiot. She gets it. So yeah. So we had a good laugh about that, and I debated going to that bar afterwards and just walking up and being like, oh my gosh, Carl, you know my friend Zane. Then I decided, you know what? It would have made for great content, I tell you what. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. That was the end of Carl. He did try to message me a little bit later, and it turns out he was sending me and Zane very similar messages. I think after a day or two, I stopped responding to him. You know, I will say, good tactic, my friend. Good tactic. But maybe switch it up a bit. Not in a town where everybody knows everybody. That was just the disaster encounter of Carl. All right, y'all, I hope you laughed at a little bit of my pain in this video. Please, please, please give me a like on this video. Give me a little comment about anything. Doesn't matter. Share a joke. Share a similar experience. Whatever you want. But most importantly, please subscribe so you can always stay up to date with the videos that I'm posting. Of this poor, unfortunate dating life of mine. All right, see you next time.